Welcome! I am Public Enemy Numero Uno, and thank you so much for watching this. Today I want to talk about building simple NPCs. This is the first part in a series where I make easy to use NPCs of a variety of challenge ratings. In part 1, I am making 6 different guards as alphas for other NPCs. I tend to design NPCs into a 6-tier system for encounter variability. The guards are very simple fighter characters that are easy to drop into a game. The first thing to remember with making something easy to use is to keep it simple. Don't go adding resources, activated abilities, or details to keep track of. Focus on passive effects that alter the character's hit points, armor class, attack rolls, and damage rolls, or immediate actions that can be used without cost. Higher CRs are difficult to keep simple, but you make do. Before I forget, all of the stats for the NPCs in this video can be found on my Patreon page, and all the guard stats are available for free. Just go there and download the PNG files. Starting with Tier 0, Green. Militia are CR-18 NPCs that are inexperienced fighters with minimal resources. Giving it hide armor is cheap and easy. I also give it a short sword as its primary weapon, as that feels appropriate. I gave the militia a sling and a dagger. These are important as a character that lacks range can be easy pickings for player characters and a backup weapon just in case. Because a lucky shot with a short sword can drop a level 1 PC in one hit, I took a leaf from YouTuber Bob Worldbuilder and made the melee weapons poor quality. Poor quality makes all damage rolls that are made at disadvantage, which is less likely to drop a low level PC. The militia has no shield, bow, or any other more useful items. That is because this is a base model, and from here I design more detailed NPCs. Next is Tier 1, Regular. Guards are CR-1/4 NPCs that have some training but very little experience. It has a chain shirt with a spear as its primary weapon. It also has 4 javelins for its ranged weapon and the usual dagger for backup. I added 2 skills in athletics and perception. As a regular level fighter, the NPC should have the physical training and the wherewithal to be proficient in these areas. Next is Tier 2, Seasoned. Soldiers are CR2 NPCs that are well trained with some battle experience. It has chainmail with a long sword as its primary weapon. It also has 6 javelins for its ranged weapon and the usual dagger for backup. This time I added 2 saving throws with strength and dexterity. At this level, the NPC has experienced either spells or similar damage effects that has tested the soldier physically. Makes it better able to face the next incoming fireball. I also added multi-attack as it should be able to make better use of its weapons, as well as Seasoned Fighter, a passive ability that grants +1 to attack and damage rolls. This is a simple passive that grants the NPC more reliable damage without giving it magical weapons. Don't want to encourage PCs too much by giving them an influx of magic items. Next is Tier 3, Veteran. Warriors are CR5 NPCs that are experienced battlefield combatants. It has splint armor with a longsword as its primary weapon. It also has 8 Jurids for its ranged weapon and the usual dagger for a backup. What's a Jurid? This is a weapon of my own invention based off of Jurids, heavy javelins sometimes made entirely out of steel that were used in the Middle East. As a heavier javelin, all I changed was increasing its damage from 1d6 to 1d8. I changed Seasoned Fighter to Veteran Fighter with a +2 modifier instead. I also took another page from Bob Worldbuilder by increasing the quality of the weapon to Superior. That makes all damage rolls that are made at advantage more likely to drop a high level PC. Next is Tier 4, Hardened. Man-at-Arms are CR9 NPCs that are hardened combatants. It has plate armor with a longsword as its primary weapon. It also has 10 Jurids for its ranged weapon and the usual dagger for a backup. The Veteran Fighter ability becomes the Hardened Fighter ability with a +3 modifier, and the multi-attack is increased to 3 attacks. I also added Wisdom to the saving throws as well as Weapon Expert. This ability adds an extra damage die to the attack rolls, representing the NPC's greater skill with its weapons. Finally, Tier 5, Elite. Valorians are CR13 NPCs that are among the best that can be expected from what was a generic NPC. It has plate armor with a great axe as its primary weapon. It also has a heavy crossbow with 20 crossbow bolts for its ranged weapon and the usual dagger for a backup. The Hardened Fighter ability is now the Elite Fighter ability with a +4 modifier, and the multi-attack is increased to 4 attacks. I also added Charisma to the saving throws, Survival to the skills, as well as Resolute. This ability gives the NPC advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. A fighter at this level should not be so easily swayed by the wiles or presence of others. All in all, pretty simple. You can easily grab these sheets and use them as grunts. I make my life more challenging by fielding multiple variants at the same time. This creates a unique challenge for the players as they need to identify the more dangerous ones or become overwhelmed by mismanaging their resources. As these 6 NPCs are just the alphas, next video I will alter them into a different NPC type. Patrolmen. Patrolmen are policemen-like guards that use a variety of tools to keep order and capture other creatures. The Patrolman character sheets are also on my Patreon page, but unfortunately, they are not for free. Check the next video to see if it's worth it. If you like what you saw, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you would like to support me, I do have a Patreon page that is in my video's description. With that, please comment down below as I would love to hear more ideas or criticisms. Thank you again for watching my video and have an enjoyable day.